Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. It's been a little while, so it's nice to have you guys here as we are going to be hopping into the first best of three, which will be Sampi versus ECLOT, and it will be the only one for today as well. Yeah, it's just gonna be a match, nothing else. The winner of this one goes to the final tomorrow, and the loser, well, it's time to say bye-bye. This will be an elimination match, meanwhile also a qualifying match to go against Gun 5 at the grand final. So the boys have played a very good match so far. Looking at Sampi, the last time they went against Gun 5, they did lose to them and drop against on the... Give me a second, yeah. Confused me a little bit. To the lower brackets against ECLOT. So you can see the full lineup over here. It's going to be Zetko, Eli, Fino, Savannah, Mangus. And from ECLOT, it's going to be the same old, same old. Kretz, Blitz, 4Z, NBQ, and Detour. And this is the roster that actually won Bleed. Kassad's Bleed. The Bleed that everybody's talking about. So they're not just a little bunch of players. Absolutely, they have something on the server. And today I'm kind of excited to see them going head-to-head against Sampi and to see some reoccurring names getting at that final. So, looking at the map picks at the moment, Ancient and Vertigo will be the first ones to be banned. Dust2 and Anubis will be picked. It is going to be Inferno and Nuke being banned after that, and Mirage as a decider if we need it. So, there's a 2-0 potential here. I was looking at the scores just a little bit. From just the teams in general, they have went head-to-head 11 times. Sorry, 15 times. Yes, that's the real number. 15 times they have played against each other. And 11 of those times, ECLOT has won it. The last time they did win 2-0 as well. There has been some longer games, whatever you want to see. But Inferno and Nuke, as those maps, they're the maps that they did win, 2-0, got banned from the pool entirely. And just looking at the maps that got picked, yeah, I'm just looking at the percentage. Everything goes to the side of ECLOT at the moment. It's going to be 45% over 44. Of course, that's going to be a 50-50 in a way. So as long as ECLOT takes care of their dust, I'd say that the road looks pretty clear after that one. So it's going to be 63% on Anubis for both of the teams. 27 maps being played for Sampi. And it seems to be 19 for ECLOT. So yeah, Sampi has a little bit of a larger play pool, but it doesn't really matter that much at the end of the day. And to the sole last map, Mirage, even if everything goes tits up in a way, it's going to be 60% for Sampi and 63% for ECLOT. So similar numbers in a way, but they play a little bit more towards the squad with the red logo. And we are waiting for them to start. There was a little bit of a delay, so sorry for that, people. But we will be starting in about a second. So hopefully we get the players online and we get to start. And hopefully I can actually hear something at the moment. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. Okay, sounds okay. We good. So yeah, Sampi versus ECLOT. That's going to be the talk of the town. And I'm just looking at a bit more information over here. Last time I was casting any of their games, of course, both of the teams made a couple of funky plays here and there, but all in all, game style seems to be okay. No problems there. Now the question is, as they're going to clash, are we going to continue the same history that they have had? Looking at those 15 maps being played, it's a lot of green for ECLOT at the moment, especially on those larger series. So however you look at it, there hasn't really been a win for Sampi. Now, this could be the way that they could actually turn it around. As we even see the player cameras at the moment. NBQ kind of looks like Kassad from that corner. And we are going to be hopping into the server, boys. Get yourself ready. Are we back? I can't hear you. Well, that's great. Oh! Yeah, alright, we're back. Hello! Welcome back to the stream. So, a little bit of a technical problem there. Sorry for that, boys. We are started the round, and this seems to be the boys just pushing on towards the B side. ECLOT actually coming out with the kills that they need, and that's going to be Crest to shut it down. The bomb even goes down for the bonus money. And that will be the round done. So yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry for that. A little bit of a hasty start. Finally, we get to start here. And here we go. So, after a bit of a push towards that B side, now ready for it. Players getting ready for that next one. It's just going to be Sampi to buy in. 5-7s. And just whatever they can put their hands on for a round like this. Deagle, MP9, even a scout coming in that action. We really need some kills from it. That's actually got to be the Magnus's Deagle to get that shot. I thought it was the scout for a second, but Blitz does get tacked down low. So, it didn't go quite the way they were hoping for. It's going to be one Galil picked up. I think they're just trying to hold on to it, nothing else. Meanwhile, Sampi, well, in my opinion, they kind of won that first contact, but from short, it's really not going their way. The MP9 will be picked up. Oh, the split just doesn't work out. Tries to go for the quick wide play there. And that will only leave the scout and the 5-7 to try to go for those retakes. It's going to be the short to fall down. If you're looking at the damage at the moment, Detour low on HP, 50 points left. Threats and Blitz very low on HP at the moment. That wasn't that far away from maybe doing something. 5-7 actually grinds one of the players down. That could be an AK save for the next one. As that smoke blooms, it's going to be saved and nothing else. Savannah, happy with the decisions he's made so far. And with a scout and an AK, you can do something with this. Of course, it's not gonna be a banger, but at least it's something. You can play a little bit of football at the T-spawn. They gotta have to think about, should they go for another buy directly after the last one. Everybody's almost rocking that Logitech headsets at the moment. They're good ones. Quick push towards long. Savannah wins the one-on-one. That's gonna be a huge one as well. And BQ being burned off from his spot. Doesn't actually get the help he needs to get that trade. Here we go. As they are getting a little bit closer from the short. What worked the last round. They might go for it again, but it seems like they're still setting up something. A player from under. Just from the lower tunnels. Trying to find a bit more of an opening here. This is just going to be this fake smoke to get some kind of reaction from the CT side. Utility will be used towards the side as well. The bomb's still not committed anywhere. They're just going to go for the B side split. This is how the play goes. Jumping down, and from the smoke, Eli actually could go for something great. He does convert it into a 1-versus-1, so at least he takes his own back. Slows down the push. That's going to be a player on top. Oh, Cress! He's not ready for the players to swing in from the window. How doesn't he hear that? That leaves the rest of the players in a 3-versus-3, and this is how it starts to go down. Forsey with the perfect timing on that peak. And that's just a hard situation to be at. Behind the box from CT. Okay. Scout actually finds a headshot. At least that works. And that amounts to another save. Galil and an AK. And looking at the buy so far, to be honest, it's not hitting Sampi that bad. They get the buy in normally anyways. In that round number 4. And just looking at the economy, they did get a couple of tries in a way. Here we go. What do you think about the new teamwork? Not sure yet. We need to see a little bit more. So, B-side execute seems to be the way. ECLOT starting to push up a couple of players over here. It's going to be Savannah with his utility. Only a smoke. If he's not careful, they might actually run him over before that smoke even blooms. Yeah, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a good time. And Kraz is getting ready to just swing into that site. First set of utility will be used. That's going to be ELive to help out his teammate. That's no noise is being made. That's going to be a utility finally landing on towards the site. That's going to be the information. But oh, ELive, he uses a lot of bullets there, not getting a kill. But it's just going to be Savannah with a 4K spray down. Works out perfectly. And Forsey will be left alone. Well, how does that work? Of course, we control. That one AK that gets saved from the last round works out to a T. Just a bit of that shoulder has been seen. I'm not entirely sure if Zetko actually hurt that scope. But the players... Zetko does take care of the last opper. And that will be the round done. Everybody has that flyer behind them. That's kind of cool. Ooh, nice samurai post. I think I've seen that before, yeah. From Forsey. It's a beaut. And off we go to a next one. Just the round number 5. Have played around this so well so far. Just one round that goes for a 4K this time around. They do even open up the site. That's going to be the double peek towards the longs corner. Zetko is the one to actually pull one of the players back. He's still actually playing this very aggressively. He wants more, but the problem is he does get one and gets traded instantly. That's going to be the number for a second. To be brought back in control from the side of ECLOT, but they do lose their player. Detour and Blitz both finding their representing AKs. This is going to be the players getting a little bit closer to that smoke. Even another set of utility being used for that cross. The second that smoke actually blooms off, that could have been around, but Savannah. He's had a good couple of rounds here. Finds the rest of the players. And locks it in for Sampi. Okay, Sampi starting to fight for some rounds. Let's see how long they can actually keep this up now. As long as they can chain these rounds together, it's gonna just be amazing for them. And if they could find some kind of a formidable CT side, we could actually be talking about a Mirage at that point. There was, looking at the numbers, there is even the chance for Sampi to win the 2-0, just looking at the numbers from the maps, of course. Considering the skill difference. Zetko. A triple shot down. Makes it a 4K with that USB. Okay. It works out for 4. And a perfect round for Sampi. Only taking a little bit damage. That's all they do. Of course, a pistol round from ECLOT. Trying to save as much money as they can for our next one. Now it's AKs across the table with utility up to the brim. Not all of them though, but the necessary ones. 3 flashes. Enough smokes to, well, do a lot. And a couple of mollies even. And here we go. That's going to be the play from the backside Savannah. Making sure that from the box he has as much control as he can. That's going to be just utility being used. I'm not entirely sure if they spotted the trajectory, but ELive, he's a little bit too naughty at the moment behind those smokes. Has to be a little bit more careful. Just the setup all around. Every single player looking for their timings. It's gonna be the smokes being spent. Yeah, I think the second smoke failed there. And as this is a possible 3-map series, through the smoke they want to go. Blitz has a beautiful spot at the moment, as long as it's not being spotted, but it seems we have a lot of eyes here towards the middle. And he is even ready for them to open up that smoke with a nade. That's gonna be the flash for the P side players to go for information. None of them spotting Blitz. A 2-man advantage so far. Vitor. It's gonna be Blitz with the first kill. Gets traded instantly by Zetko. Tries to go for more to open up that side, but from short. It's gonna be the play to try to get that bomb down. And short plan it is. Zetko very close to that corner. Head's being spotted. Goes for the information. Goes for the play. Gets that kill. It's going to be his teammate to actually fumble the back. 4C. Oh my god. And the full swing works out for one more. And it's just going to be Savannah to shut it down. That's a little bit of a mistake there. Letting a CT, a spotted CT, kill your planter. The only hope to actually pulling that round back. What a great round. Subbing for 4C. My bones are so old, so if I do a flick shot, I think I'll break my wrist. That's not gonna be a good thing. To anybody involved. Maybe for ECLOT. And BK really looks like Kassad, I have to say it. Looking at the stats at the moment. Zetko with 10 kills on the board. Savannah with 9. 4K and a double at the end of round number 4 and 5. Very crispy. Meanwhile, we have a very big gap between Kretz and the rest of the players. Kretz has 8 kills on the board. Everybody else 2 and 1. Tech9's been pulled out again. The Swedish player has been on fire so far, but he needs the rest of this team to actually work out. He needs more help. ECLOT, they did start off the map very well. The problem is, the second that these real weapons came in, the issues start to seep in as well, and that's the problem. You can actually start to maintain a lot of rounds from the CT side. Look at that pick coming out of Savannah, just with an AK at the top middle, knowing that there's a scout. Savannah comes out with the second one. Fino gets one with the op. The Deagle spam doesn't hit anything, but finally we get the first landing shot, I guess, from that scout. And Eli on his lurk, he's supposed to find one of the easiest kills in his life. As long as he checks behind the box, of course he hears the noise cue. And that will be Crest, just trying to hunt down for one, but he gets caught off by Fino. And this is a round for Sampi again, and a very clean one as well. Just look at the amount of money starting to accumulate on their CT side. That's almost 10k from everybody. That's a lot of cash. Looks like CIA just backed them. That is crazy. Utility spam towards long. There's a bit of smoke. Around it, they have to play it. Zetko finds the first kill on the Blitz. So, entry out, the defending kill at least works very well. That's going to be the second time we see a player just winging in towards long solo. Oh, did we see a console? What was that? Alright. Zetko gets a kill on the Crest. Meanwhile, from the upper tunnel, it's just going to be a bombardment towards that B side. A hold behind the box. And on top of CT. At short, there's a hold, but Savannah, it just doesn't work for him. Today, his spray is on point. A double kill again from the same mag. This is very one-sided at the moment, especially as the guns are coming up. ECLOT, they really need to take a time out and start to talk about what's happening on their T side. They're starting to lose these rounds left and right. And I'm not even saying that they're even close at the moment. These are very Sampi-sided rounds at the moment. They need to talk about their strats. And just look at the buy again. It's very rare that you actually see a better buys coming out of the CT side. This is Counter-Strike 2. Not a money simulator for them. Off we go. That's gotta be Fino with the entry. Starting kill, finally. We get a trade from Detor. That's gonna be the Deagle to catch one of the players. He could actually go for the quick swing. Magnus is gonna be the one to hold down the line. Spray control, finds one. That's gonna be the second one after reset. And a high flash from Crest, but the problem is utility already dropping onto the side. It's just going to be almost impossible for him to do anything. The quick shot coming out of that up. Fino. Alright, seems to be awake today. The bomb left in a 1 versus 2, but only if he found that kill onto Savannah. That could have been a possibility. Here we go. That is just insane. 7-3. Already the CT side looking banging. As long as you have a T side, everything is supposed to be clear for Sampi. This is ECLOT's own map pick. I need to remind that. Util will be used. That's going to be the smoke too. Try to play a couple of seconds off the clock. Checking every single corner. We've seen a couple of plays from the CTs already. Oh, that nade could be huge. Oh, it just quite falls short. Only if it exploded a little bit higher. The smoke for short again. ECLOT. We have been seeing them using the same utility for many times. The problem is it's not gonna be a surprise for the side of Sampi. Especially only a smoke. It doesn't really do much yet. So that's gotta be the damage done for long. But they actually do get the passage towards A side. So that's gonna be the bomb down. At least something that works for them. But now, they need to fight for it. It's gonna be NBQ from middle. The only thing he has to do is just disrupt the middle retake, but it seems like Zetko even won't beat. It's just gonna be a 3-man push from the CT side. They just read these rounds so well at the moment. They're not even gonna hassle with that middle hold. So it's gonna be NBQ as the late ace towards that short retake. Magnus gets the quick trade after forces kill. It's gonna be Detor to drop one from the line, but from the barrels, Crest could actually hold it down, and finally ECLOT, they can find something that works. It's gonna be even Fino with the last kill, but it doesn't matter. The round is the most important one. Fino gets away alive, the only one. 1 HP left on the board, and Sampi, well, they're not gonna make it an 8. That's gonna be 4 for ECLOT. And if they could actually take the last round, 7-5 is still something you can fight for. Easily. And the question is, what kind of a CT side you have on this map? Actually, looking at ECLOT's earlier scores on Dust Letou. And HLTV just went full nuts at the same time, but it's okay. Let's just restart it. Give him a little bit time. So CT side has been the side that actually works for him a lot better. It's going to be 57%, almost 60. 43 for the T side. So, wouldn't surprise me if we'd actually see some kind of a comeback from the health switch. But of course, if Sampi starts it off well, there really is a game to be played. Sampi has a 50-50 on both sides. Set go. With his teammates just holding down the doors, that's going to be Kress behind that smoke. And that Molotov is huge. Does a lot of damage. Well played. Well read as well. We can pop flash for short. Nobody's really holding for this round. It's just going to be a very separate hold at the moment. Detour actually takes care of Savannah trying to go for that lurk. Maybe activates a little bit on the wrong timing. Should have waited for some kind of a retake or a push. Meanwhile, Kress. The whole line from ECLOT getting behind that smoke, and this seems to be a second A-side play. They really like this one side at the moment, especially with the exact same style of pushing into it. And from middle. And BQ finally from the lurk finds something. That's going to be Setko with one in between. Eli actually activates from the longer door. That's going to be a good kill onto NBK, so they have the 3 versus 3 retake, knowing exactly where the rest of the players are. And Zetko. Oh, he's just looking for a spot here from Goose. Just needs to find something. Spots one from the cross. Oh, that's a beautiful shot coming in. Fino finds one as well with the op. And that's just going to be Blitz behind that smoke from Gandalf, knowing that he's going to be pushed from every single location at the same time. He's ready for short, but goes for the swing for the sight. Gets taken down by 11. Sampi, they make it an 8. Retake that works, and I have to say, the biggest part of that retake was the players taking care of that middle push. Or middle hold, sorry. And BK kind of getting busted by Eli there. A couple of confused faces at the side of ECLOT at the moment. No reason to be that gloomy. At least they got through the RMRs. Did a good job. Wait a minute. Did they actually even get through? They did win against Bleed. I think that was the last row too. Let's see their recent maps. I was so focused on the fact. Yeah, they won 3. That's it. Winner qualifies for the European RMRs. Exactly. Oh, Kassad must be pulling his hair out at the moment. That sucks. But it's amazing for ECLOT. Look at that. On the same board as Navi. Last major winners. Think about it. Do we have anybody in the chat actually heading into China to watch those majors? I was thinking about it, but it's gonna be expensive, but it doesn't matter. B-side execution is gonna be the way. The USB trying to take care of one of the players from the back line. It's gotta be actually Detour coming out with 2. Almost makes it that 3, but Eli finally takes him off. It's gonna be Eli with the second one on the window as well. 4C tries to stick his head into it. A shot to the face, and it's done for him. Meanwhile, it's going to be a 2 versus 3 retake. This round could have been huge for ECLOT and Sampi. The team to almost make this a 9 if they fail this retake. Kress just playing down the time. It's going to be 20 seconds left on the clock. And this is just looking worse and worse by the second. Yeah, they're not going to go for it anymore. They know it's done. Trying to save that 1 piece of armor. All they get. Maybe get a couple of kills to bank a couple of $100 more. Taken care of and done. Sampi 9 on the board. ECLOT on their own map pick. Only winning 1 pistol. A couple of rounds after that, and that's just a full straight for Sampi. At the start of the day, I had a feeling this was going to be very one-sided for... I actually was talking about a possible 2-0 for ECLOT. At the moment, losing at the screen. Sorry, looking at the screen. Not entirely sure anymore. Sampi definitely came out with a bang today. Losing at the screen is correct as well. For you guys, yeah. I didn't bet, so... I'm good. If they could handle a round like this... Everything is still open. The problem is if they lose this round, especially those weaponries that they went for. The weaponry that they went for, that's just going to be a little bit of an issue. 4 players checking at your soul at the same time when you take that peek. It's just going to be a hell. From that flash, he actually tags one of the players, but it's going to be Fino to come out with a kill on the crest. Savannah drops down Blitz, and BQ is the only one to find a kill. An interesting spot to have your crosshair into, especially with this update of the game. But the Mac 10 finds the last player. 10 for Sampi. A full save coming out. To be honest, they can buy a little bit. If they want to go for a pistol, something like that, Kevlar, it's doable. But the problem is they have even less for the next round then. Roasted betters, yeah. It's my favorite activity. The first favorite activity is watching them cry in the chat. Usually I have a cup underneath the chat to collect all of the tears. And the second one is to insult them. I love it. No. It's okay to bet, but when you make it a problem, that's when it gets me. Yeah. But yeah, we're getting back into it. So, Zetko starts off the round with a kill on to Forcey. I think everybody got spotted at that point. So, that's just going to be a call for the B-side play. Nobody's here to even try to shut it down. And here we go. A deeper nade towards the CT, just to make sure anybody wants to get a little bit too close towards that hill. They are going to be damaged. And ECLOT, well, looking at the standoff at the moment, they're just trying to hold on to that armor. And BQ with Plitz. And I have to say, almost every single read coming out of ECLOT so far has gone down to the wind. Nothing really has worked for them so far. It's a little bit of a Cowabunga situation. Saving the pistols is not the problem, it's them saving armor. They can buy better for the next round. Boosts the chances just a little bit. And off we go. Armor is 800 bucks, and as they didn't get even graced, they can actually buy the head armor for very cheap. To be honest, if they didn't go for the head armor, well, there is a Galil, a couple of them. Actually, it's a good buy, I have to say. With a Galil, you can actually one-tap them without Kevlar. But if it was just AKs, to be honest, I don't really see a reason for the CT sides to even go for head armor at that point. That's going to be Forcey with the first kill to start off the round against Zetko. 17 to 11. That's a good amount of KD right there. Close to 1.7. I think that's like 1.6 something. So meanwhile, this is a little bit of more of a quiet round in a way. Actually, need to count that. My brain can't do math at the moment. Sorry. My brain is hurting so much. .545. That's what it is. So, closing into this spot over here. Nade ready. Just gonna use that to open up the smoke. Works out for one NBQ. That's actually a very good protocol to see from them. And close to the smoke. Double smoke setup for Detour. So, doesn't get through the lines there. And this is just going to be one very nice looking round for ECLOT. If there's any ECLOT fans in the chat at the moment, this is a nice breath of fresh air to the team. Now, as long as they actually can keep this up. Sampi, of course, this is going to be one of those probe rounds from them. Fino might want to actually try to save that op for the next one. If they give them a double op setup, that's just going to be a little bit of a problem. But this could be a just a test round. A lot of teams, when they know they're that much up, they just want to check out how they play. For example, on the CT side, have they changed something from the last time? So they can actually start to go for the full strats in a way. But if this isn't what I'm thinking about, and Sampi is starting to play these low play styles, we have actually seen that fail so many times on Dust before, when you start to go for those probe shots, trying to go for sneaky peeks, sneaky plays here and there, getting caught off again and again and again. It starts to hit your confidence. That's where the team actually can pull it back. And to be honest, 6 rounds in a way, it isn't that much as long as you're playing well. Of course, if you lose a round, that's a problem. That's going to be 12. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. On top of the Molotov, it is just going to be a fight for long, and it's just going to go heavily for the side of ECLOT. Almost a beautiful round, them. Fino just running into middle. Oh, the first shot actually misses. Goes for the pop shot on the Detour. But on top of the Xbox, oh, he actually reads that one well. This is a 1 versus 2. This is still doable. NBQ with 3 kills on this round. I'm not entirely sure what to say. Everything is still on the table. And the question is, for the CT side, it's the money. It's not looking great. They can't really lose more weapons. And it is going to be Fino from the taxi. Just try to... Anybody who wants to go for the mistake here. If it's going to be NBQ, has to be a little bit careful. With a quick hold. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mr. Officer, is this against the law? That's a beautiful shot. Detour is not going to go for the spray through that smoke. This is a 1 versus 1. Oh my god, I have to say, if Fino plays it to a T! Ah! Oh, that's not supposed to happen. What a play from Fino. That was supposed to be ECLOT's map every single day off the sun. And I have to say, for them to actually pull it to a 12, that round starts off with a bang. A triple for MBQ to shut off the long push, and I have to say, Fino left in a 1 versus 2 just pulls it back in one of the most insane ways I've ever seen. I wasn't ready for that smoke play to actually happen, but it just happened. What a play. Especially the second shot from the house. I have to say, NBQ, he tried his best, but it's just Fino. Very quick on that off. Sampi. Jesus. Whatever you want to use after that. Krez at least takes Savannah down. Just look at the amount of damage done towards the CT side. That goes a little bit low as well. But this could be them going for these plays right now. You can see a long play already sneaking into that spot. So it's going to be Krez just reading this as a hold. Or sorry, as a push. And Cakes is being taken care of from the backlines already. A quick answer coming back from Detour. To at least bring it back to a 3 versus 3. There is a hill hold coming in from him. He's the sole player towards that B side. There's a player close to those doors. It's going to be Blitz. Reacting to whatever noise comes out from short. Meanwhile, Forsey, the only thing he has to do is just hit a shot and get away from the site. Give his teammates just a little bit more of a chance to help out. The first one is going to be a hit. He's actually going to go for the device angles. Goes for the second shot. This time around, he's not going to connection. And from short, Blitz executes at the perfect timing. A 1 versus 3. This time around, Eli doesn't really have a chance. So, Forsey drops Eli at the end. The bomb doesn't even go down, but it's still 12 on the board. ECLOT, 6 to bring it back. For Sampi at the moment, they're just having a blast. Doesn't really matter. They can take a couple of saves here easily. Even actually go for a full buy, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Tech 9s across the board. Just go for a quick play. Try to keep them on their toes. Tippy toes. And to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised they're actually going for these deagles. I have to say, the Tech 9, that's a monster. You never want to go against the Tech 9. Here we go. This is where the game gets lively. Set, go. Getting a little bit closer towards those double doors. That's going to be the flash to set up the play. High one as well. The Eagle gets that quick trade. It's going to be Blitz to get that first kill, but Fino, boy, is his crosshair on point today. This still looks like a setup. That is just Sampi. Just look at where the players are being placed at the moment. This is just Sampi trying to pull out the reaction, maybe a push. We already saw one from Krez on the last round. And this is some well-thought-off CS at the moment. But it seems like ECLOT, they're reading into this one. They know they have a little bit of a cheaper round. And as a couple of players have been already spotted, they know there might be a couple of more players hiding somewhere. But Sampi for the B-side execution. And that's a failed molly. Oh, God. That's already utility being spent that they didn't need to spend. A failed molly and Sampi know it. The only thing they need is that trade. Not even a rotation actually called out from the CT side. They're still thinking that this could be an A-side push. And this is definitely going to be a B-side hit. They have the flashes for it. That's going to be the flash and the molly for the backside. And this is where it gets crazy. The first kill coming onto Detour. And from the backside, Forsey only finds one. B-side has been lost. Olympus has fallen. And ECLOT left in a retake with 2 players against 12. And I'm talking about the rounds. They know they have to go for it. Oh, what a play from Sampi. And no, I'm not kidding you at all. Door has been held by that off behind a box. It will be Savannah. Window gets dropped. Savannah with a 1 tap to the face. It's done. Boys, we are hopping into the second map. And I have to say, holy moly, was this crisp. 110 ADR. I think it was 91 and 90 for the rest. 3 players at the top. Looking very good at the end. And yeah, ECLOT kind of busting it on their own map pick. Not looking that great at the end of the day. 6 rounds is all they get. And especially looking at the start, they did get a couple of good rounds. I was thinking about, okay, this could be a little bit of a wipe. ECLOT could actually even win this 2-0. Everything is on the table, but at the moment, Sampi, they're looking like they're on fire. We're hopping into another dusty map, which will be Anubis. So let's take a little break and hop back when we're ready. So guys, get some popcorn, maybe some candy if you have some. If you don't want to get that belly, you might actually want to get some bread and some water. Let's take a little break and hop back when we're ready. And check out what's about to happen on Anubis. See you there. Hey yo, welcome back to the stream. I'm not entirely sure what to say after Dust Stew, but hopefully you're feeling better. You know exactly who I'm talking about. So, we are going to be hopping into Anubis. So, this is a map being picked by Sampi. And, like I said before, winner of this one goes to the final against Gun 5. So, they really want to pull this home. Meanwhile, looking at the rest of the team, everybody's just nailing it. That's just going to be NBQ at the start. Couple of kills for him for that Glock to open it up. A good flash for a main. Maybe falls a little bit short there, or a little bit too long in a way. Detour opens up the backside. That's going to be ECLOT to drop down. And this seems to be a very clear round from ECLOT. We saw this on Dust. The exact same pistol round that they won. This will be Sampi trying to get a couple of cheap shots if they could. Maybe to go for that retake. That's going to be one of them. Detour will be hopping into the line as well. There's just a couple of baity shots coming in. Baity peeks from Krez, nothing else. And here we are. Nice shots coming in. Okay, at least they're making money at the moment. But at the end of the day, it will be Blizz to shut it down. Mangus gets the kill needed. And kaboom goes the bomb. It will be around for ECLOT. And Sampi, I don't think they're going to go for this one. 2,400 left in the bank. They can actually buy an M4 setup for a second one. For the third round. Meanwhile, from the side of ECLOT, well, this is just going to be a very farmy round. The only thing they have to do is go loco. Un poquitito loco. Early game. Straight at the start. Neither side really going for anything that obvious yet. This is just going to be a test. ECLOT just trying to check out what kind of a hold could be at stake here. Meanwhile, they have the middle control. And from Sampi, this is just going to be an A-side fill. With just Zetko left in middle to show a little bit more presence. This could be a play through the smoke if they go in. And Kras already stepping onto the line. That's going to be Mangus first in line to try to take that kill. Getting a little bit closer. 3 players, one from main. A good kill for Savannah. This will be the Mac 10s just farming every single kill. Zetko left alive. And this works out for the T side so well. 5 players left for the next one. Unless they go down for Zetko. They weren't really ready for a middle push like that. And B side is fully open. I have to say, ECLOT playing this round perfectly. Not sticking any of the needed players into one spot. Probing both of the sides, making sure that if there is a setup, it will be dismantled. 2 kills for Zetko there. One of them $300, another one 600, so it's going to be 900 in total. And off we go. Even a Molotov being left at the start. That's going to be Detour to pick it up. And just looking at the round. Sampi heavily waiting for that B push to happen. Finally, a player being traded from middle towards that A side. And this seems to be ECLOT just going for a full A side pop here. Just a smoke. To play a couple of seconds off the clock. And Savannah will be the first one in line to try to spray down a couple of players with that Asimov. That's the Molotov to make sure that the corner is clear. And BQ first one in line. Try to peek it. Bad play from Savannah. Not quite ready for that angle to happen, but Fino gets the quick straight there. It's a good shot for him. And the second one in line, he's ready for that as well. He's playing these corners very well at the moment. Blitz kind of running into those ones. Third kill. Not ready for the fourth one. That's going to be a double entry for Detour to open up the side. A 2 versus 2. This is definitely doable from both of the teams, but even ECLOT. As long as they keep that money down, it's just going to be awesome for them. And already from A main. A lurk coming in. It is taking a little bit too long from Zetko, so Mangus, he needs to step away from the site. Zetko is still actually waiting for a player to be somewhere inside the canals or even T-spawn. He's playing this very carefully finally. Starting to push in. Just waiting for that peek outside main to happen. That's going to be Mangus. Burn being used behind a pillar. Forsey is ready for the main player. And on top of the line, it is going to be Mangus. He needs to step in at the same time as Zetko. That's going to be Mangus from the upper, actually finding the first kill. That's a huge one to open it up. And Zetko already waltzing towards the side. Mangus not ready, but his teammate is. That's going to be the kill. And on top of the bomb, 10 seconds left. He doesn't have the time. Not even close. It is going to be ECLOT. And sometimes you need to hear the words, buy a diffuser, don't be a loser. By the hair of their teeth, ECLOT, they win that round. That's a good round to win. Takes care of the CT side economy. Second Molotov being used as well. Good catch from MBQ to drop down Savannah. It's the first one to open it up. And Blitz taking even more. Nice way to start off this current round. And just the current side and entirety, it's just look at that ECLOT running into their fourth round already. And here we go. Your message sent to fail. Okay, seems like my internet is going crazy at the moment. It's cool. That's the life. But we are hopping into more now. Early pick coming out. Oh, Fino, he's very, very, very accurate on those op shots at the moment. Good job from him. Let's see if they can actually keep it up. Behind that smoke from B side, both players starting to push from both sides at the moment. And it's going to be Krez. Utility being used for Khan. A Molly being used as well. And that's the couple of sprays coming actually through that smoke. Blitz actually gets one, but the defense is starting to look a little bit better at the moment. Now if they can actually keep it up, that's going to be huge for them. And BQ from Canals, low HP with Krez. And Sampi might be talking about their first round. And actually saving 4 weapons is going to be huge as well to help that CT economy start to bloom a little bit, especially with the loss burns that they have. Even if they lose a round, not the end of the world. They can actually buy after that one now. And after the win bonus, they should be buying into this one easily. No issues at all. Let's see if they can keep it up now. Op, being bought back. Actually, I think it was only Mangus to go down on that round, so it's been safe from in the last round. Canals plays at the start. That's going to be the smoke to cover it off. ECLOT. They're still looking for a way in. And just looking at Blitz at the moment, that good shots coming out of the double doors to challenge the player from middle. E-Live takes a shot to the face. Blitz comes out victorious with that entry. A beautiful way to start off the round. Exactly what they needed. Now Sampi, they're gonna have to fight from the back foot at the moment. Keeping those feet very buried into that ground. They can't really go for information plays at this point. So many players all around the map at the moment, but they're gonna still try for it, I guess. Cress leaving his teammate behind those double doors. This could be the peak needed. Savannah, good shot onto Blitz. Actually, both of the players peeking at the same time works out for one. A 1-to-1 trade at the start. Exactly what Sampi needed to make this still a doable round in a way. Now, I'm just looking at this spot at the moment. It seems like they're still actually going to go for a middle play. This is going to be the right call. They got the information. They saw it was clear. At the moment, they actually might be pushing him to a side from it. And they might not be ready for this one. Early fights coming in. Op shot grazes Savannah. Barely does any damage, but it's going to be Fino behind the cake. That's a lot of work for him. From A main, the kills doesn't actually land up, and it's going to be just the cover from every single spot at the same time, and this execution works out so well for ECLOT. The early middle play for a kill, after that giving the space back to Bamboozle. And Detour even drops another weapon. And this is looking horrendous at the moment. What a great round for ECLOT. Oh boy. Kaboom goes the bomb, and Mangus's M4 is the only thing they save. I'm not entirely sure how much money they had left in that build. I think it's going to be a bonus of 2,900. So at least they're going to get something if they want to go for the buy. The problem is it's not going to be the op. Or of course we don't know how much money there is. Mangus did save an M4. So if he wants to drop, that could be a possibility. At the moment, Sampi just going for the timeout, knowing that this is kind of getting out of their control. After winning that one round, they really wanted to continue chaining those rounds together. ECLOT might be taking the larger portion of the cake here. If they keep it up, they're actually looking pretty decent at the moment. We will be dished into another round quickly. Early push. Oh god, Blitz actually goes for the bridge drop. And wins Zed going down. Hold. What a great play from the man. That's gonna be the smoke to cover up. Through the smoke, Mangus wasn't quite ready for that. That could have been a kill for him through the smoke. Just turns around at the worst possible timing. Meanwhile, it's going to be ECLOT with that A-side play again. They're just setting up a play here. The bomb hasn't been fully committed yet, so... if they still want to go, for example, a B play, it's still doable. Especially with the... they might be just checking that nobody's pushing from the B main. That's exactly what they're doing at the moment. AK Hillside, welcome to the stream. Meanwhile, it will be the bomb just getting a bit closer towards the B play here. ELive finds one of the kills for free. And this will definitely be a B-side split. From Canals, 2 of them, especially with Blitz taking care of Mangus. Doesn't even actually react to that kill. It's gonna be Savannah left in a 1 versus 3. So many players pushing from all the sides. He gets 2, but the problem is he needed more. Especially for this to work out from outside of the B main. That's a little bit of a misplay from ELive. Stepping into that op. Leaving Fino in a 1 versus 2. Trying to play it for himself. And this is ECLOT. Quick shot coming out of Fino. Does he know there's another player towards the platform? This is an op versus op duel. A 1-to-1 against the scopes at the moment. And Fino, the only way if he pushes to the wrong spot here. Oh god, from the air he's being tracked. And such a good play coming out of ECLOT. They clutched around. And there it is. And this has to hurt the economy, even if the loss bonus gets maximized again. The problem is the lack of money in general. Off to a new round we go. Sampi not having a good time here on the CT side. Good catch coming out of that 5-7. That's going to be Savannah with a kill. Off we go. Seems like there's a problem on Twitch at the moment, so that's great. And this will be the first pick coming out of Sampi. Still those 5-7s. 1 MP9. These weapons are just insane. They can do a lot of work from the back lines. It's going to be set go. To take a peek into that middle in about a second. Middle hold coming out of 4C. Util will be used towards middle and the cameras. This will be a Deagle hold coming out, just spamming those smokes a little bit. Meanwhile, it's going to be Fino with the first kill. Does a little bit damage on the second player. That's going to be ELive with the trade. A beautiful hold coming on towards the A side. It's going to be the pistols to work out so well. And maybe a little bit of a blunder coming out of ECLOT. What I've been so proud about out of him. Oh god, Force, he just gets left into a situation. Not entirely sure why he switches his weapon at that spot. You never switch a weapon close to the enemy. But it's okay. What I've been so proud about them so far is that they have been just scouting these sites so well, knowing where some of these holds are. And this time around, they just walk into a full hold. That's a little bit of a mistake, especially knowing that the money is very low. Not gonna lie, 5-7 needs to be nerfed, Lamau. Dude, it's not just the 5-7, the whole pistol lineup needs to be nerfed. This is ridiculous at the moment. P2 50 needs to be nerfed. The Tech 9 needs to be nerfed. Deagle, I think it's perfect where it is at the moment. But yeah, it's insane how crazy these weapons are. Savannah with the first one on the swing. That's gonna be the trade coming out, but ELive steps in with one. The second spray for the player down between is just a little bit off. It's gotta be the molly to try to skirt him off of that bomb plant. Meanwhile, there's a full push coming in from middle and works out for one. Blitz tries to go for the peek here. Spots one of the players, but doesn't get the kill. That's gonna be the nade used for the close angle. Does a little bit damage, but not much. Meanwhile, Krez from the window, ready to push into it. And I have to say, these kills are just insane at the moment. And ECLOT are definitely gonna pull this round back. Fino, he needs to save that off. The problem is they can't chain a couple of rounds together. Off we go. Round 7 on the board. Sampi with 2. And it's been far from clear sailings. We go for more. Off the other side of that smoke on side I main. Just the player. Krez gets the kill on Setko. That's going to be ECLOT with the trade. Fino gets the shot on the Blitz. That's going to be Mangus to drop down Forsey. Mangus, Elive, and Savannah, they shut down this round. This is going to be a kill. A good round for Sampi. Nice way. And there we go. Third round on the board. More needed. Just hopping into the stats of this game. That is Anubis. A good map for ECLOT, but on the CT side, Sampi has had a little bit of a lower percentage. T side is a little bit better for them. It's actually ECLOT on their CT side looking a little bit better. So after we swap these rounds, there might be a bit of a more of a game here. Utility will be swapped around. ECLOT with low economy. Getting a buy out of those P250s, Tech 9s, and a couple of Mac 10s. And off we go. ECLOT needing a lot of power to win this one. It's going to be a B-side push only with a player left. That's going to be Mangus. Left with a lot of work here. Gets taken down immediately. Not even a chance fighting back. This is just a tough one at the moment. ECLOT with the plant down. Rest of the players starting to look in away. This has to be a retake. Savannah stepping into a little bit too open area. That's going to be fortunate to kill under E-Live. Zedko, Fino, everybody going down from the retake. This is just going to be ECLOT. Absolutely blasting Sampi out of the water. Off we go for more. Early shot from MBQ to drop down. Set go. Good kill. This will be the rest of the lineup. Trying to fumble. And look for a defense. Could it be actually that ECLOT could be pulling out this map? Sampi starting off Dust with a bang. And to hop down to their own map pick, actually looking like they're a fish out of water. It's just an odd situation to be in. Third map definitely doable now. Of course, we still have a full T side. A push coming out of the con. That's just going to be Magnus to absolutely getting shut down. Savannah coming out with a couple of kills, but the problem is leaving E-Live alone in a 1 versus 3. This needs to be insane from him. A little bit of attack coming behind a pillar. If he got that kill for free, that could have been a little bit more of a chance, but the problem is he's so low in HP at the moment. That's a good molly for quad. E-Live playing it behind the pillar. Not leaving the site yet. And that's gonna be the back play coming out of NBQ to win that one. That is just going to be 9 rounds to 3. That is insane amount of rounds for ECLOT. Now this needs to be basically one of the best T sides that we've seen in a while for Sampi to pull it back. Of course they need the pistol. There's a couple of rounds that they can lose, but meanwhile it will be bringing it so close towards the map point. You'd really want to try to skip it. This is just tough at the moment. Mangus not having the best CT side so far. We're getting a little bit of a laggy action at the moment. Hopefully it clears off in a second. Looking at the scoreboard, 4-8. That B-side defense really going tits up in most of those situations. Maybe playing a little bit closer to the con could have been a way to go, but it's just a tough situation to be at. Just looking at this hold coming out along. Bino will be the first one in line to try to take that peek. Makes sure that nobody is going to try to go for anything crazy. Actually gets that headshot into Detour. That's exactly for what the P250 was meant for. A shot to the face. Accuracy works out for 1. That's going to be forced with the kill on to set go. And the trades all around, but the bomb will be planted. And retake is already stepping in. It's going to be 4 players from ECLOT. Everybody coming out along. And through that smoke, we could actually see a couple of good plays here. That's going to be the one tap to the face. Fino gets NBQ. From the site, a little bit of attack coming in. It's going to be Eli with a kill on the Blitz. Forcey gets one on the Eli, but oh, this is just going to be swell from Fino. So far, looking like it's on fire. It will be his own team crumbling around him. I have to say, from the CT side already, we've seen a couple of good up shots from him. And he's been on point today. Even though the scoreline is a little bit low, don't focus on it. ADR 83. That's going to be Savannah as well. 11-10. The 8 ADR at the moment. So there's definitely a chance for the players to actually turn this around. That's going to be Sampi with the first pistol round. Exactly what they need. And now they need to start grinding those T-side rounds. Keep that head cold. So many teams have done it. Now the question is, can they? And by the way, thank you, Colte. You're a good boy. Good nade to open up the smokes. And a bit of a stack here from middle. This is a good round for Sampi if they just probe the necessary spots. Especially after that smoke, if he spots one player. Goes for the kill, Savannah. Gets traded instantly, but that's going to be the call out for the team. Knowing both of the sides might be clear. It's actually going to be the B side fully open at the moment. After spotting the player behind the cake. Wait a minute, Blitz is actually starting to farm a little bit of money here. That's going to be 600 bucks out of that at Mac 10. Now the only thing he has to do is keep it up. Looking at this round at the moment. ECLOT are not going to even attempt the retake. Just going for those exits. They know the more weaponry they get, the better. Especially trying to pull those Mac 10s for our next round. They could actually even farm more money for their economy. So, they have the number advantage. But now comes the question. 4 rounds isn't actually that far away now. Of course, if they could take care of the first gun round, that will pull you so much closer to some of these rounds at that point. So, Sampi could be at their 6th after an eco 7. And from there on out, sorry. If they only read some of these rounds well, could actually get that first entry, make sure what they do on the T side works. We could be talking about a little bit of a map here. Sampi did have a little bit of a better T side on their stats. Meanwhile, ECLOT, they were 50-50. I was talking about the fact that it should be good on both of the sides. So a full row of M4s. They're gonna, to try to get a couple of kills with them Mac 10s at the end. They're not gonna see a save for that op being bought in, so they're just gonna go for the M4 setups. With a couple of utilities, it's going to be enough. Some of the players even opting out of head armor. That's gotta be the swing coming out at the door just a little bit too off with that flash. You see that flash actually popping after the peak. That's gonna be Setko with the second kill on the NBQ. That's a couple of good kills already for ECLOT. Sampi. And A side seems to be the target. They're gonna get that bomb down. I'm talking about it. 6th round on the board. And as long as they make sure that ECLOT doesn't save that many weapons for the next round, this is gonna be awesome for Sampi. So much to be done. That early aggression from middle goes tits up very quickly. I didn't actually focus too much on Zetko's kill, but a little bit more focused on those stats at that point. T-side plays. Oh, this could be a kill. Oh, God. Blitz is ready at the corner. Oh, they don't get the kill. That could have been an insane kill. Maybe a 2-1 for Sampi if they were a little bit more aware of those corners. And it seems like Sampi, they want to make sure that they're not going to lose that many weapons. It's not like the economy is great for them either. The only thing they have to do is buy a couple of weapons now. Some utility. They're okay. From ECLOT. Looking at it at the moment. Full loss bonus. They are going to be saving a couple of $1,000 for the next round. They can actually go for the full utility buy finally. Of course. We might not see everything. They want to save a little bit of money for the next round's buy, but the problem is they don't have it. NBQ 750 left. 4C 26k. Crest with, well, after the buy, $300. Even with the lost bonus, it's going to be mainly MP9s and stuff like that. So it's not going to look pretty. Forza can actually go for the op buy for the next round if they lose this one. Meanwhile, Sampi, $1,400, but if they lose the win the round, it's going to be $3,400 on top of whatever they have. So as long as they keep those weapons up, they're supposed to be okay. It's going to be even Fino coming up with op, so I am ready to start to see what they can actually go for here. I want to see this. Everything is up to grabs. And this will be the boys getting into a little bit of a better spot here. Just looking at the stretch across the map. Pop flash for A main. A way to open it up. Meanwhile, through the smokes, it's going to be a quick pop towards that pillar. And BQ makes sure that nobody's holding that corner from that smoke. Too far away from the idea. With that idea, sorry. Detour from backside actually gets damaged to infinity. Look at that. MBQ actually going down through the smoke. That's going to be the reply from this century. And I'm just looking at the placements at the moment. Sampi could actually go for whatever they want. That's even a rotation coming out from one of the CTs from middle. They are going to be leaving Blitz to hold down that mid push, only with a player from Detour. Even low on HP, 60 points. A couple of bullets from that AK even towards the torso is going to be enough. And that is going to be Mangus. As that first corner is going to be showing his back just a little bit too much. If he holds on to this, oh, he spots one of the players. He's ready for the second one, but holds down the same spray. At least the trade is good for one. But they have so much information. B side supposed to be almost empty at this point through the smoke. A hopeful spray that doesn't really hit anything. One tag coming out from that long corner. Nobody's actually ready to swing it, though. And 3 rounds is the only thing that separates Sampi from a tie against ECLOT. Meanwhile, from water, it's going to be Kress. Close angles being held. That's going to be Blitz with the longer angle. Both of the players. That's going to be the nade. That's a little bit damage. Boom. Setko doesn't like it, but ECLOT burned so much time out of that clock that they're not going to go for it. Setko could actually take care of that weapon. He's not going to go for the swing. And that is going to be a double M4 save for the next one. ECLOT. We were talking about the money, and look at it now. It will be 3,400. It's really not looking good. They could actually buy up now. They can drop those weapons for their teammates. The problem is, if they get wiped, that's not going to be a lot left on the table. After this buy, the only one who has money is going to be Blitz and NBQ. So Sampi, they know if they take care of this round, it's just going to be a wipe fiesta. And this is where the game meta gets a little bit interesting. The meta game. Sampi, with some passive starts here, they haven't really gone for that aggressive game style that we know that they can go for. Meanwhile, ECLOT starting to be a little bit more careful. Maybe you want that aggressiveness from the CT side. That's going to be the peak coming out of the A main. Beautiful nade. Mangus and Zetko, both of the players getting blasted by it. 300 bucks well spent. Even a molly for the double doors. And this will be ECLOT just taking a couple of step backs from those first contact points. Even a pop flash for A main. Finally, they're starting to play for ground. That's going to be Forcy with the first kill on the Fino. That's the up-to-up battle. Forcy coming out of victorious. I'm going to nade to open up that smoke. That's going to be perfect. Look behind the pillar. This is going to be a good spot coming out of NBQ. A nice shot coming out of Forcy, and through the smoke. The plays are real at the moment. He has no idea that Zetko is at this corner. This could be the way to open it up, to be honest. They could even fake this. Oh, Zetko is through the lines. This could be insane. Nobody's even watching over here. Zetko, he definitely has one of these kills. That's going to be this back shot towards Forcy. They have no idea where Zetko is playing from at the moment, but he's making way too much steps at the moment. So many steps, so much noise. Kress and Detour, they take care of the push, and Sampi, they melt on this round. What was that? That was such a bad flank. Zetko with one of the most beautiful shots, beautiful positioning, and he just goes crazy after that. Why do you start running at that point? I'm not entirely sure how much time was left on that situation. We should see it, but I think there was like a lot of it, to be honest. It was one of the most perfect positions you can have been. Already taking care of one of the players. To be honest, if they wanted to go for the A-side swing, that definitely could have been a doable round. ECLOT finally starting to pat those stats just a little bit. Even the money is starting to look a little bit better. Sampi not that far away. The lead will be brought back to a tree. ECLOT a couple of rounds away from a map point. Meanwhile, Sampi. Let's see if they can actually do it on the T side. That's going to be one of the few mistakes that they can go for. Molly's being used. Making sure that nobody's going to be holding those platform steps. And this is going to be a middle play. I'm not just entirely sure where it's going to be spearheaded into. B-side seems to be the target, and that's going to be set. Go first one. Go for. Beautiful peek. That is just going to be him baiting out the shots coming out of Blitz. Getting that kill. Sorry, Detour. It was Blitz to drop down Mangus. And a 1-to-1 trade across the map. And from long, this will be both of the players taking down B control. Now they need to get that bomb a little bit closer towards the side. Eli, I'm not sure what effect he has on this round, but especially now as the bomb will be planted. There's a player towards long. Nobody's here to actually shut it down. The swing coming in. He has to be careful of it. That's going to be the beautiful flash needed. But they're not going to challenge it. That's the problem. So many opportunities for ECLOT, and they're not going to go for them. But from Temple, that's at least going to be the grace. Beautiful molly on top of the site. And through the smoke. Oh gosh, could he actually go for it? He needs to stop it. No! Fino! Only gets the player from long. And ECLOT, they make this an 11. We might be talking about map number 3. We are starting to see Sampi making a couple of mistakes here and there. And what's actually more oppressing is the fact that they have so much space on this map. Oh boy. So much space throughout this map. I'm still just not finding the way of actually shutting it down. Many opportunities being spent. That's Counter-Strike for you. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This will be the rest of the boys trying to go for some kind of swing here. Outside B main. Eli has the control. Anybody who wants to go for the peak, that should be the pistol coming out victorious. Wait a minute, there's a little bit of a cross at the moment. He spots the head. He knows he's still locked in, and Detour gets away scot-free. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Sampi, they have so many opportunities, and they don't stick to it. Almost feels like they're afraid to go for it. This time around, it's going to be Detour to feed himself to Eli. But a 1-to-1 trade from B side. That's a beautiful flank. This time around, it works, but Forzy comes out with a kill. Crest with one as well. The bomb will be planted. And from so far away, Mangus, he needs to just jet it back to that site. It's going to be the pistols. A Deagle and an P2 Fiddy. They can't even catch neither of those rifles. They're so far away outside B main. Nice catch. Doing a little bit of damage on Mangus. That's going to be the beautiful swing coming out. One of the weapons coming out. Oh god, NBQ. He has the point, had the opportunity, missed the shot. That's going to be the no-scope. The pistol coming out clutch. It's going to be the knife. Oh my god, what's happening at the moment on the server? Oh my boys. No, ECLOT, they can't lose a round like this. Not like this. Both of the players running out of bullets. MBQ. An easy shot. Sampi, they knew how close that was. ECLOT, the only thing they can do is just smile at this point. How do you fumble the bag? Oh my god, you can see Blitz just hitting his forehead at the moment. It hurts. 3 out of 4 timeouts being used out of ECLOT. They know this is a map that they can actually pull back. It's gonna be Detour. Scratch his head to think about that round just for a little while. That was... I'm not entirely sure who it was at the end. Didn't focus on the name too much. But it was a couple of missed op shots. That could have definitely been the shut down of that round. Neither team looking that happy about the situation at the moment. At least Sampi is a map up. The problem is they need to still grind rounds, and knowing that they have had a couple of rounds where they have made mistakes. And I'm gonna say it individually. You have seen individual mistakes, not just team play mistakes. Especially Zetko in that middle play, just going balls out at that moment. Having so much space from that spot to actually hold down to that CT swing. And a bit more little mistakes here and there. Nate's being used towards the pillar. Will be the first line of spray to make sure that nobody's going to get on the other side for free. And this will be all across. Fino actually finding that first kill. I think it was on top of Zetko. Or maybe even through the smoke, just raw. And both of the players getting a little bit closer to that side. Oh, Zetko was supposed to win that fight every day of the month. But he goes down for Blitz. That was definitely his play right there. And a double pull, that's going to be middle players. Wait a minute, and BQ goes down. He's focused on the wrong angle, walking in middle of nowhere. Forsey at least gets the trade onto Savannah. Molly 4. Window. The bomb so far away. This will be Elive trying, Magnus trying to pull these players back towards that A side, and it's working. B side is fully open at the moment. A nice spray towards Forsey, and he will be leaving the site. Making a little bit too much noise, and this will be pushing ECLOT back towards the B side. These are the little mistakes that they're making from Canals. It is just going to be an easy kill for Blitz. Hearing the steps, Magnus running across the map. A long place coming out of Forsey. That's going to be a couple of players pushing from back. First shot misses. Fino really needed to hit that shot. And this will be Elive. A clutch or kick moment. ECLOT could find their 12 if they win this one. Meanwhile, Sampi could pull it to a 9 and actually take care of their economy. That's going to be Molly to shut it down. Another spray, but it doesn't work out. Blitz, with that, Molly takes care of it. Even from the grave. That will be ECLOT pulling it back. 12-8. And Mirage is looking oh so slightly more doable at the moment. One of the biggest mistakes that we've seen from Sampi so far on this map is the rotations on their on T side. Especially after gaining so much map control, they usually just leave it or even start to literally run across players, which is something that has hit my eyes a couple of times. If they have a coach, he should be focused on that. There's a Molotov being used at the start. Good one to make sure that A main will be held off if they want to go for a quick play, especially knowing that they're a little bit low on money at the moment. Eagle, Max 10, Galil, 2 of them, and an AWP from Fino. And it's going to be 17-16 and 15-15 from Fino and Savannah. Both of the players looking very good on the server at the moment. A couple of mistakes here from the rest of them, but it's okay. Something that you can actually work on, especially on Anubis. Quick fixes. From Khan. Getting a little bit closer. Clear waters on Canals. Nobody's holding it. A 4-man push. With a split from B main. This will be a player just standing on top of the molly here. Savannah waiting for that timeout to work out. It's just going to be a full spray. It doesn't go for 2. Detour gets 1 as well, but the B side gets lost. The problem is they already have a lurker. Look at how so close to the site Krez is. He could actually find the best timing right here, right now. That's going to be the first kill. Elive was thinking about that possibility. It's a 2 versus 3 retake. Magnus is very low in HP, especially with a Mac 10. He needs to get one of the best clear shots he can, but going against 2 is not going to be easy. So this is going to be mainly Savannah trying to hold on to these rounds. It's a quick peek coming out of Forsey, and BQ takes care of Savannah. And boys, we are heading into Mirage. That will be a map trade coming out of these teams. And after hopping into Mirage, I have to say I'm not entirely sure. Mirage, definitely a map that can go both ways. I was looking at the stats for a little second. I love checking at these stats, especially when they have this much history. And like I said, Dust 2 was a 44 to 45. It was any of the teams could have won it. Sampi was the one to take that one. And, well, Anubis is a 63 to 63% again. Both of the teams could fight for that map. But this time around, we are hopping into Mirage, which is a little bit of a... But it's very close again. It's going to be Sampi with 60% map win rate on that one. ECLOT has a 63. Sampi does have more maps played, but for Sampi... I'm not entirely sure what to say about this one. Let's hop into Mirage, take a little bit of a break, check what's doable, what's going to happen on that map. And yeah, today we only have dusty maps. That's the great thing. Let's take a little break, hop back in when we're ready, and we will see you in about a second. See you then. Welcome back to the stream, and we are going to hop into the match right now. Just give me a second, I'm gonna turn off that blower. I have to be listening to the fan for the day. So, welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you're having a good time. As we are going to be hopping into the last map, this is going to be map number 3. After a couple of has been exchanged, as you are looking at the scoreboard on the top, it's going to be Sampi to win Dust 2. ECLOT got their Anubis pick overturned, so that's kind of cool to see it. Anubis went the side of ECLOT at the end. So we are going to be hopping into Mirage with a clean state, which means that both of the teams, there was a couple of problems from ECLOT on their own map pick. The same goes for Sampi. It seems like they were a bit of a fish out of water, so in a way, they did go for the correct map picks to bring it back to a third map, and this will be a Mirage. We were talking about the stats before. It's going to be a 60% for Sampi, 63% for ECLOT, with 19 maps for ECLOT and 25 for Sampi. So that's a very large map pool sample size that you want to talk about. Meanwhile, for ECLOT, their CT side is 47%. 53 goes for their T side, and Sampi kind of similar. So 46% on the CT side, 54 for their T side. So it's very close. It's a little bit T side heavy map, but you definitely can do it on the CT side as well if you know how to lock it down. Meanwhile, we are talking about the pistols in about a second, so actually we should check those stats as well. It is going to be Sampi with the pistol rounds. Let's check it from here. Pistol rounds, 54 win percent for the pistol rounds is going to be 51.9. For ECLOT, it's going to be 42. So it's not going to be perfect, but there's still definitely a chance. And I am ready to see it. Magnus is going to give us a better angle here, so we can see more as we are going to be hopping into the round. Boys, it is starting. Welcome, welcome. And of course, the winner of this one is gonna hop into the finals for tomorrow. Meanwhile, the loser, well, it is third place spot for them. And I was thinking about their previous games. Looking at how it's been for them before. And here on EPL, previous seasons, Sampi did win season 8. ECLOT did win 2 seasons here. Sampi has been at least in the finals for 3 times now. This is going to be ECLOT's third if they win this one. The bomb will be planted on the default. It's going to be Blitz with that full CT side execution to drop down, set, go. 11 Savannah, they come up with the respectable kills, but this is still a very good spot for ECLOT. The only thing they have to do is just take care of the retake. Vino to smoke off the bomb. Krez close to that line. From that little gap, he can actually spot one of the players on top of his bomb already, trying to go for the tag. That's going to be the knife tags coming in, but through the smoke to actually find the kill. Forsey, he needs to go for the kill right now, and he drops one of the players. That's going to be Sampi. Left in a brink, and Forsey, even through the smoke, finds Eli. Fully confused, fully served. It's done. A round for ECLOT. And I have to say that was Krez doing most of the heavy lifting on that round. 1 kill, even with a 1 defuse stoppage. Was very close too. It was almost a round away. Forsey coming out clutch at the end. Good job for him. Here we go. Early utility used on top of the balcony. That's going to be the nade for Pit. Player setting up. Molotov being used underneath the balcony as well. It's going to be Forsey with setup. Flash, a simple one. Eli finds that first kill with the 5-7. Already defending kills for the CT side. Looking a lot better at the Monseco. Gets the second one before he goes down. That's going to be a quick trade from Krez. We're underneath the balcony. Finally, the turn coming out. Forsey does get the kill, but it's going to be Mangus with the trade. Chu versus Chu. This is still doable for both of the sides. I'm a little bit cramped here, especially with that push. Beautiful entry coming out of Mangus to open up that side again. And here, on the edge of that smoke, they know he's deep inside of a Mangus. On top of the box here. That smoke will be blocking him, spotting the player behind triple. That's going to be a beautiful nade, but it doesn't take care of Savannah. The only thing he has to do is just stay put. And BQ left in a 1 versus 2 and a full swing coming out of Savannah at the same time. That is Sampi with 1 on the board. Turning this around quickly. 1-1. A tie. More to be seen, more to be shown. That's going to be Mangus with utility. To block out the push towards the B side. Detour will be the first one in line to try to push in here. Nice nade. Early damage being done. I think that was a flash that didn't quite work out the right way. Savannah does get the first kill, I think, from the short. That's going to be Mangus inside those smokes being taken care of. So Forsey finds a nice kill. But the bomb will be going down. Fino drops Krez. Short smoke still alive. That's going to be the flash for the backside. E-Live gets Detour on that push. That's going to be Setko with 1, and they take care of the defense. 4 weapons safe for the next one. That's going to be huge for the CT side. And Sampi. Okay. We're just getting a little bit of a fight here. This will be ECLOT. Already finding a bomb plant, but it takes everything out of their economy. They go for a save here. So a Deagle. 3 of them, a Tech 9 and a P250 with armor on Blitz. Only that one simplistic smoke. If they could get lucky here, exactly like that, Detour actually finds the first tap towards Mangus. That Mangus hasn't had a good day today, I have to say. Not really working out so far. And a short hold. That's MBQ getting a little bit closer from A main. A owl, sorry. I think the idea is to try to lurk some of these players when that B execute comes in. And that's just the player left in short behind the pillar. Savannah. Finally having a little bit of a better angle here. Blitz, if he's not careful, lifts his head just a little bit too early. That could be a quick little tag. Nice shot out of the door. It's the second kill to find one. That's a dink onto the short player. Doesn't do that much damage, but a beautiful swing coming out of Detour. Zetko gets the quick trade. That's going to be the second one from the window. So Zetko keeps the numbers straight. But this is very expensive, especially with the rotations coming out. They have a player on towards the CT. This is going to be an A-side play. Bomb will be planted on that site. And Sampi still left to wonder. They're taking way too long to read into this one. This is clearly them rotating away. Nobody's holding middle or A. They should know about this. Especially with a player from the spawn and BQ. He could be huge here. E-Live. Tap to the face. That's going to be the kill needed. And ECLOT just a kill away from bringing this back into a true... The 2. Zetko, after a little bit of a sloppy fight, wins that one. 30 HP be left. And that's Forsey. Repositioning himself in towards that middle from Khan. He could actually fight for this bomb. That's going to be Zetko just going for the full defuse. That flash, way too long. Oh, God, at the last possible millisecond. I think I saw 0.09 on the table. And Sampi, how can you lose this round? That was a double deagle entry. ECLOT absolutely making that round work for themselves. And a big oopsie doopsie from Sampi. A huge oopsie doopsie. This will still be a bye for out of Sampi. Knowing that they lost a round like that is definitely going to be a hit to their confidence. Meanwhile, ECLOT, they're going to feel boosted by that. A full bye coming out from a round like this. It's going to be an M4. Say from the last round. 8k straight. Meanwhile, on the side of Sampi, a couple of weapons short, but it's okay. MP9 and a deagle. Viable weapons if you know what you're doing with them. Balcony will be mollied off. That's going to be the information given for his team, Fino. They're not going to make that many great reads so far. That's going to be the nade used from B. They know they have a player behind the backside. That's going to be a beautiful flash, but Blitz still gets the kill onto Setko. Setko has maybe played a little bit too aggressively in a couple of these very great flanks. That's a good position being given away without, well, nothing else than a little bit damage. Kill from Fountain could be huge, but Forcer will be getting the first one. That's going to be Eli Fino. Bringing it back with you, but they're still a man down. A-side play will be activated. One player from middle. And from this spot, Fino, if he could catch one of the players, that's going to be the first one. Is he ready for the short play? Of course he is. This man has been on fire for the whole day. And Fino still holding that aggressive corner, but Blitz brings it back to a 1 versus 1. The bomb will be going back. He's just going to be baiting this. Trying to get Magnus to play. M4 will be picked up. Blitz spots the player, tries to go for the spray. Magnus at the perfect time and goes for that swing. Sampi, they bring it back. These rounds are going left and right at the moment. What are we witnessing at the moment? Time up being taken. Sampi needs it. Even if they won that round, they knew there was a couple of sloppy rounds in between. They need to work on that CT hold. They know if they can actually start to build up a lead here. And it's going to be huge for them. Meanwhile, ECLOT, they know how to take care of the hold that they have had so far. This will be ECLOT force buying into this one. So it's actually going to be a good buy. AKs, 2 of them. 2 Galils and a Mac 10. This is definitely not a bad round. We are hopping into a round where basically we're not getting any amount of early starts. It's the silent round all around. That's going to be 45 seconds played off the clock already without basically any impact. Kretz just takes a little bit damage at the start, nothing else. And a con play could be the way to go from A side. They get that bomb down for free. Without losing that many players, that could be huge for them. That's going to be the flash. Beautiful timing out of Fino. Goes for the spray for that corner. Actually gets the kill. That takes way too long for Kretz to get that trade. And there it is. Sampi on the brink of winning a round like this. They still have a ridiculously good defense towards the A side. Both of the players behind the boxes. That's going to be Setko with 1. But Setko is not ready for the second swinger. Behind the triple. That could be Eli with the perfect timing here. The only thing he has to do is just play a little bit more time for his teammates. The lurk is so close from Ticket. We're being spotted, and they're not going to check behind the triple. They thought he actually changed that spot. It's going to be Eli and Savannah to shut it down with 3 weapons, saving the majority of the rifles. And that's going to be awesome for them. 4-2 and ECLOT as they went for a buy, didn't get that bomb down. This is just going to be a save. A couple of deagles coming out. And off we go. Off to a new round. And off we go. This will be top middle holds coming out of Blitz. First kill for Fino. Actually, to go down. That's going to be Mangus with the trade. At least something works for them. That's going to be Eli with the first kill on the crest. Good entry. Started off. Nice catch out of Setko and Eli. And this could be another very clean round. And that's exactly what it is. Nice job from the team. Another round on the board. Of course, this one was a little bit cheaper. We're not getting the full play. Let's see if they can still keep this up. Hello goes the time. Early off shot, not really landing on any of the players. Little attempt there, but doesn't quite work out for them. This will be NBQ playing it behind the smoke from B main. That's going to be the bomb with them as well. They definitely could go for a couple of plays here now. Just looking at this round at this point. Anything is on the table. This will be the push. First, the line of the push has been spotted. That's going to be NBQ taking a little bit too much damage there. Not going to be focusing up on that A B side anymore. They are going to be rotating. Wait a minute. Blitz is not having a nice time at the moment on that jump. It quite just doesn't work out. Nice shots coming out of Eli. Actually dropping 2 on that swing. It's a good play out of him. So... off we go for more. That's going to be the bomb down. A one-man advantage on the retake. Player starting to push in. Crest has been spotted from short. And behind the Tetris. And it's going to be NBQ. Good corner, but absolutely annihilated into it. On top of the platform. Oh, this is definitely going to be a defuse. Crest gets naded down to hell. And that's going to be Crest left of the lone soul player. Finally, the op takes care of him. Even with a little time. Sampi, they make it happen. No problem. With a 10-second defuse, they had that in their bags. And a nice retake and another round that goes south for ECLOT. It quite doesn't work out. Early middle push. Quick trades coming out of Blitz. That's going to be Fino with the first entry, but the problem is gets traded instantly. Mangus with the same exact result. Gets that trade. Gets traded. So, in a way, this has been brought into a 3 versus 3, which is kind of stable for ECLOT side. Of course, Crest is very low on HP, making a lot of steps towards the underground at the moment. Doesn't get spotted. I think they hurt him on that run, but a little bit off on that timing to get that kill. It could have been an easy one, too. And we're just pushing more into this one. E-Live. That timing perfectly executes towards the middle. That's going to be the bomb down. That's a 3 versus 2 now. And basically, none of the players low in HP. E-Live is focusing a little bit more on towards the A-side spot. MBQ. It's going to be the nade. Barely to graze him. 4 points of damage. Not that much. That's going to be Krez on the other side of the map trying to look for a play here. Sampi on the brink of actually bringing this to a 7. This could be huge for him. Savannah from that middle just holding the short. Making sure. Should be actually a little bit more focused on towards the T side. Swing from the apps. That's going to be E-Live. Close the connector. Push coming out. And BQ almost does the right play there. Gets baited into it. Kress gets a nice shot out of short. That's going to be one of the players dropped. Impacts the economy a little bit, but the round win is the most important for Sampi at the moment. This is a simple bullet from Zetko. He's going to shut it down. Kress goes down. If he didn't get that kill, that was going to be his teammate E-Live to go for the swing. They even pulled back the op. And this is going to look awesome for them. Ginrikt Juba. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Early window smoke. Actually, that's going to be the middle ledge smoke being used. ECLOT. You can really see where that got thrown from. It's got to be the Molly 4. The box is fortunately coming out with the first early kill, but this is Zetko taking a lot of initiative from the apps. That's going to be the pullback. The torque goes down. They don't have a lurker anymore. So, one lane off the map already being lost, especially with that smoke. And BQ gets revenge onto E-Live. So, a man advantage still for the side of ECLOT. They could fight for this round. This is 7 on Sampi already. The logo is burning ECLOT. They need to step into this game now. Looking at this round at this point. Savannah gets that nice early kill onto NBQ. Meanwhile, the rest of the team out of ECLOT starting to get a little bit ready from that short. A little bit of a fight coming out of Zetko. He's low in HP. This needs to be Mangus to step in and help his teammate. They're a little bit too focused on towards that con. Mangus in a beautiful position. That Molotov will be taking care of Zetko. This could be the second. Oh, Mangus gets the free kill onto Forsey. Forsey doesn't check the angle. That will leave Kress in a 1 versus 2. This is still doable. He has the bomb. The problem is he needs to navigate throughout this defense so well at the moment. He hasn't made a noise yet, so they have no idea where this push is coming from. An A side will be held from the pit. This will be Kretz left in a 1 versus 1 towards the bench. Mangus left side of that corner already with a kill. Last time he was spotted towards the short. Kretz, the only thing he has to do is go for the... What is that? Another time we see a player taking... I'm not entirely sure what to say. That is Kress. Not even checking the site before he goes for the plant. Utility on his hand. That's just going to be a bomb. Which he will be walking into it. Well, at that point, an AK doesn't help you out that much, but you had at least a chance. But it is what it is. It's one of those situations when you want to go for the bomb plant, you actually have time. You should make sure that the site is clean somewhat, especially the basic corners. There wasn't that much to check anymore. But hey, it is what it is. Especially a little bit of a funky play from Kress, knowing that Mangus actually was spotted from short at the start of the round. So for him to clear that angle with a bomb in his hand is just crazy at that point. It's gonna be Mangus with the first kill. Eli finds the second onto Kress. And this is just insane. And a BQ activates with 1. Quick trade out at Zetko and a boost coming on top of the stairs here. Some if they walk onto the side, they have to be a little careful at the moment, especially with Blitz getting so close to this angle. But the bomb is so far away, they have no control of it anymore. Zetko gets taken down. That's going to be a 3 versus 2. And Eli just holding. Waiting for that opportunity. That's going to be the molly and the nade in about a second. Either of the players will be playing it from con. Here we go. And that's going to be Eli. Beautiful spot. Nobody's going to even clear this one. It's just going to be an easy one for Eli. That's the job done. Vitor even getting just nailed down. Getting absolutely harassed here in the middle. Eli coming out with 3. That's going to be the round shot. 9 rounds on the board for Sampi. You really butchered Zetko's name, but to be fair, you chose the worst name to pronounce for the foreigner. At least I tried. At least I try. Isak Sumus. He didn't maybe check the chair because there's so many angles towards middle. Was focused on boxes. To be honest, he could have been anywhere. Just a bad spot to be at. And off we go. How is Zetko pronounced if not? I think we're talking about his actual name that reads below the... above the HP bar. Good defense. Magnus coming out with a couple of kills there. Funnily trades coming out of 4C and BQ. That's going to be Eli with his trade as well. And this will be leaving 4C in a 1 versus 3. And Eli just activates, takes care of the player and Fino. Giving a couple of shotting shots there. This is a great CT health out of Sampi. They're getting just absolutely wrecked here. T-side not actually amounting to a lot. We were talking about the fact that ECLOT is supposed to... That was suspicious color for the drink that Eli was drinking, but I'm not going to talk about it that much. ECLOT had, on Dust 2, a better CT side. So, it is possible for them to absolutely pull this back, but the problem is, for Sampi, if that's what they looked on their CT side, they actually have even a better T side. That's going to be interesting. I need an analyst desk. I don't know why they're losing so much. Okay. Back to the analyst desk. They're losing because at the moment they're not hitting shots. Back to you on the game. Thank you, John. We're here at ECLOT versus Sampi, and the game is about to start after the little break. Thank you for the great wisdom from the analyst desk. That took like 7 seconds. And we're back. Everybody equipped with a beautiful poster except Zetko. He's a Sigma. He's cool. The last half of this series will be starting in about a second. 3 of them. 2, 1. And off we go. ECLOT. USBs with a dually setup. 1 kit out of the door. Sampi. Utility. And a Glock. Straight. Nothing else. Not a Deagle. Nothing else. They're not going to go for anything crazy. This is going to be a team push. Out of those B abscess. Meanwhile, the best analyst in EPL. Thank you, brother. From backside, NBQ comes out with the first kill. It's going to be Eli with a couple of shots here to drop the players and bring back the ability to plant that bomb, especially with the lead. Through the smoke, a couple of shots coming in from, I think that was Kress, trying to hop into the side. Beautiful swing coming out of Savannah, but Detour just shuts him down. Through the smoke, they're still just a little bit concerned that somebody might be hiding into those, but it's going to be Zetko from the short. He actually has a lot of control here, especially with that kill, but it's going to be his teammate to go down. Kress left, leaving Zetko in a 1 versus 2. That's gonna be Jinrik Juba being taken care of as Blitz drops him and the bomb will be defused. Even without the kits. ECLOT, they make this a 3. This is just not about the rounds anymore. They need to have some kind of a CT half to make this happen. If they want to pull this back, there's a lot of work to be done. Kawabonga being shown in the chat. Yeah, bro. The surfer fingers. I like it. ECLOT from the history. So many rounds. So many games being won against Sampi. Could this be the change? Beautiful nade at the start. That's going to be Fino, Savannah, and Setko. Everybody damaged. But it's going to be Setko with the early kill. That's Drilla's hand side. Dude, I'm 32. I don't know about youngsters talk anymore. I'm so far off the loop. I know more about the forest than the internet at the moment, I think. Savannah will be the first one in line just to hold it on. This got to be the swap out of that. Yeah, they're just going to change those weapons around, so you know. First in line to go, and it's going to be Savannah holding it with the scout. Beautiful angle coming out of NBQ. Actually, that is good for 2, but a quick trade coming out. Flying Mangus gets that shot for the back shot. Even actually tries to go for the kill here. It's going to be Blitz with 4C to take care of the last players. And they do save 3 weapons for the second one, and actually even pull back on Galil. That's not a bad round. You've heard of OnPixel? Yeah. I've never actually understand how it's supposed to be pronounced. Is it OnPixel or just 1 pixel? Early flash is being spent. Even a molly for Pit. That will be deterring Sampi. OnPixel. Okay. Well, that's just ridiculous, but okay. Sorry, buddy. Here we go. It's gonna be the first line of those deagles to try to go for that kill. Blitz gets 1. Off angle. Works off for 3. Even a fully blind gets that third one. Doesn't matter. That is going to be Eli with a kill on the Blitz. But the shutdown squad has already pushed back in. And Zetko with a deagle. Has to go fully ballistic to actually win this round. That's going to be a little bit too tall of an ask for one player, but we have seen crazier things. Nico from Cash, 5k, everything is possible. Zetko, go for it. Jindrik Jiba. It's pronounced as OnPixel, the first one, but the H is silent. So it's just 1 pixel. Like Django, but the D is silent. That will be around going ECLOT's way, 5 away. You guys are really giving me different ways of saying the same name. Now it's OnPixel. OnPixel is the correct read, I think. Okay, that actually... Thank you. You're a good boy. That's gotta be the 1-to-1 trade. Force gets the kill on the Savannah Mangus. Make sure that the push towards the pit doesn't work out. Okay, now everybody's just trying different things. Just stop it. It's just not working out at the moment. It's 1 pixel and that's done, okay? He knows what I'm talking about when I say it. Meanwhile, plays out of the rest of the squad. It's got to be Sampi. Just slowly and surely walking into the setup here. You can see a player getting a little bit closer towards the pit. It's got to be Detour. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to moan. Molly being used for the window to just burn it off. Slowly and slowly, it's going to be Zetko getting just a little bit closer towards that con with his squad. Still uphold on top on a catwalk here towards the T side of pit. And Dress, he has a lot of work to do. He only gets that one. It's going to be an instant trade to drop on towards the side. It's going to be Mangus to take care of the pit player. This is just working out so well for ECLOT. Or actually, sorry, Sampi, as ECLOT is just losing players left and right. A man advantage from Sampi, and they definitely can actually do it at the moment. Bomb will be planted, and a retake has to step in. ECLOT not really looking to lose a round this early on. They only took care of the easier round so far. That's going to be Zetko. Z setting on top of the ledge here towards the middle. Forsey already stepping into that duel. Mangus takes care of him, and this will be a 1 versus 3 and BQ. The in-game leader has to go absolutely ballistic behind the triple box. Eli will be the one to catch him. And Sampi 11 on the board. ECLOT. This isn't a game against Bleed. I think Kassad is still seeing nightmares about that game. That wasn't actually that far, and they did have a 2-0 start. After that, on the best of threes, just losing 3-0. I'm not laughing at it. It's just a sad spot to be at. Maybe a little bit pressure from the team. It happens, you know. Nice to see him taking responsibility. In my opinion, he doesn't have to, but that's CS for you. On we go. Early smoke's been used on middle. Nobody's actually playing from behind of him. So nobody's actually stepping into them or anything like that. This is just going to be a very passive play from the side of ECLOT. They're just pulling back all of the defense at the moment. Sampi, slowly and surely, just getting a little bit closer here. And BQ has a lot of work to do. Or Nubik. I've actually heard that before, yeah. Zedko. Flashed for his teammates already. Couple of the players dropping down to the side. This is a good angle. Forsey actually gets that first kill on top of the side. Does he actually go for the kill? Nubik gets that kill onto Eli. That's going to be Eli with one and Savannah with the second one. Beautiful shot coming out of the short. Zetko drops down Nubik. And this will be a man disadvantage retake again. Oh boy. This is not going to be a good one. Fino drops Detour, and only with a 5-7, you have to go absolutely nuclear with this pistol, and I think, yeah, Blitz doesn't want to actually even do this. He's not enjoying this one. Even a smoke for the short. They know the orientation of the player. Trying to save that weapon for the next one is the only thing he can do. Maybe drop a couple of rifles here to try to pick them up, maybe for good luck. And that will be the round. Taking care of Blitz with nothing for the next one. Oh boy. A round away from the finals, Sampi has grinded a long day, won a map out of ECLOT's pick. After that on Anubis 8-13. This definitely could have been ECLOT with a 2-0 start. But at the moment they just feel like they're melting. Gone at 5, waiting at the finals. And this will be the last sliver of hope for ECLOT after they buy 4 MP9s and the Deagle onto Detour. Looking at the stats, 7-16. It's not really looking that great. Gun 5. The last time they went against Sampi was a 2-0. This time around, can they actually pull it back at the finals? If they are going to meet. Early shot, not really hitting. That's Savannah, still for B main, just holding his corners, nothing else. Meanwhile, from short, Zetko will be stepping a little bit closer towards that B side. That's going to be Mangus to try and hold that cross. It's a beautiful spot for me, especially with that utility. He knows that they're looking at connector at the moment. High flash. Zetko turns it away at the perfect timing. Blitz gets the kill with his teammate on the Mangus. The double nades work out. That's going to be a nade for the backside, and already a push coming out from the balcony. That's going to be Savannah with the trade, and BQ only gets one, but from the door, it's going to be the full push. Fino burns down the door, and that's the Opper coming back into the game. Fino finds one, but Fino left in a 1 versus 2. Drops 1-1, knows where the push is coming from the air. He gets the kill, and that's going to be Sampi to shut it down, and you basically don't even get a reaction from them. They knew they had it under their bags. Mangus checking what's inside of the camera, and we are going to be hopping back to the studio. Guys, that was a long, grindy game, but at least on the third map, we finally get a shutdown to it. And we actually see Sampi getting into those finals. Congratulations, doing a very good job so far. And that's going to be Gun 5 going against Sampi. ECLOT grabbing that third place, and they have to be happy with what they have. And that's going to be a prize pool of 300,000 bucks for them. So it's not going to be a free game in a way. So 3,000 bucks for coming third. It's not that bad. And now it's going to be Sampi going against Gun 5 to fight for that 11,000 bucks pool. That's a lot of money for a winner out of an online cup. The second team actually gets away with 5,000 bucks, so that's not that bad. At least Sampi secured $5,000 for them, 1,000 bucks per player. And we are pretty much done for today. Hopefully you had a good times here at the semifinals. We will be hopping into the finals tomorrow, and that will be Chevrolet Sheep actually casting that game. So hopefully you have a good time with him. He's been banging lately. And I'm off. I was your caster and your host for today. My name is Donut, and I will see you in the future. Have a good time. Bye-bye.